I am Pule Molebati, and this is Stories Untold. Yes, you guessed it right. It is the home of good news. Thank you for choosing to spend the next half an hour with us. We are nothing short of inspiration today. Now, many years ago, Cisco Mduduzi Ndlovu could have just decided to give up when he couldn't pursue culinary education at a higher learning institution. But he did the opposite. He started baking at his grandmother's kitchen. And of course, he made just enough cakes to sell to the people in his community. But 3 years later, he had saved just enough to start his very own shop. As a matter of fact, we are standing right outside his business. His story begins right now.
At only 19, Cisco Mduduzi Ndlovu was adamant of what he wanted to study. Though it seemed impossible at the time, young as he was, giving up was not an option.
I've always wanted to go to culinary school, and all I wanted to become was a chef. Pastry chef, that's it. And I completed my matric in 2019. And once I was done and realizing that at home nobody had the finances to really finance culinary school for me, because culinary schools are really private, they are very expensive as well. So I had to take a gap year, had to rethink my life, had to think of applying for internships, learnerships, all of these things.
The following year, he witnessed his friends who were excited about starting a new life at tertiary institutions. For any ambitious young man, staying at home can be depressing.
2020 was such a difficult year. I think in January, the beginning, I spent so much time with my friends. And in Feb, people started leaving. I think WhatsApp status was still new. So seeing my friends leaving and packing up and they're going to varsity, and I had absolutely no application. I did not apply. Not because I do not meet any criteria, but because I really wanted to do culinary, and I knew that varsity was not going to fully offer me that, was not going to offer me the practical experience that I wanted. And I started then being really stressed, and I was like, I need to make something of myself. This is really true, and they say life after matric really is, it's up to you. There's no one's going to give you money, no one's going to look after you, you're not a baby. So I had to parent up, basically. I had to be a parent to the younger self in me, and I was like, we need to push.
Not only was this saddening for Cisco, his mom also carried the pain.
I felt sad because at the moment when he wanted to go to culinary school is the time when I also had lost my job, and the money that I receive, it won't even pay the normal bills that we used to pay at home. So for him starting doing the bakery at home, baking, because he said, what can I do? I said, why don't you bake? Because we buy a lot of flour, bake and see what you can do. And then he started from there. But me seeing him at home, his peers coming to visit sometimes and they telling him about their journeys, I felt that it's so painful for me to not have that kind of money where he wants to go. But him being himself, saying, no, I'll figure something out. Along the way, there is something that I will do, and I will grow passion for it.
Cisco's love for baking and determination became his lifeline, and with the help from his family, his business took off.
There's an aunt of mine who worked in corporate. So I really had the idea of, so I'm very business focused, I love business, I love working in the business space. So because she was working in corporate, I just thought of not having one client, but having multiple clients by using her. So she came to an advantage where I would sell scones to her and she would go resell them at work, right? And just bring back my profit. And the feedback that she got from work was really amazing. To a point where when I started posting, more people wanted to taste. So my first client was the corporate people that I still do not know, but I just know that it was corporates. I'm very close with my mother. So my mom's very supportive, knowing that she could not assist me in terms of paying fees because she was unemployed as well. And she was like, I'm willing to support you, whatever it is. If you need me to buy flour in the house, I will. And every time I'd be like, I need 200 rand, I need money, I need to buy flour, I need to start baking. And she was really supportive in that way. where even with me discovering how to run this business, there was so much admin involved that she started tackling the admin for me, and it really felt like our business. So she never even expected money from me or anything like that. She just wanted me to take care of myself and kind of figure out life for me.
When he had saved enough, Cisco surprised his parents by bringing them to his new shop, a gesture that gained him social media popularity and the hearts of many South Africans.
Started saving, obviously secretly, not telling anyone, like no one. And when I surprised her, I just wanted to be at least at 50%. So I wanted to challenge myself and say, I'm young, can I find a space that's ideal for a shop? Can I find suppliers to build furniture? Can I find ovens? Can I find a team? Can I curate marketing? And then when she comes in, it's an entire surprise for her, you know, and it was really exciting. I've had so many days of wanting to tell her, because I remember it was in December. December, we spent a lot of time with family members. I started telling some of my family members, but not her. And I was like, I need to tell her, but just not now. So my brother then, I arranged my younger brother just to bring her over to the shop once the lease is signed, everything is signed, and surprise, this is our business, let's run it together and grow.
Almost there, I'ma give it all I got. So sick, need a flu vaccine. One shot. I feel it.
All that I've got. And I can do it.
We can do it.
I can do it.
We gon' do it.
And to the people who say I can't do it, watch me.
Just watch.
Now ever since I was 7, I remember them days. Mostly sunshine, but it's had its cloudy ways. Lightning came quick as the numbers grew in age, and I'm still up in that storm even as we speak today. But all I do is pray, now it's all in God's time for the world to find.
As we come near the door, there's this thing that's got Cisco's name, and my son is saying, no, I just brought you to do your hair on the next door, on the next door. I'm like, doing my hair? Why am I doing my hair? My hair's fine. So I'm seeing this picture with Cisco name. I'm like, no, why is Cisco here? And as I step inside, I just got emotional seeing Cisco here, the bakery, and I can see that in his eyes. It's also like, this is a surprise to you, Mom. This is what I want to give to you. This is what I've been saving up, and this is the bakery that's going to work now.
Welcome back to Stories Untold. Today we are coming to you from Cisco Bakes and Coffee. Now the founder of this business is an accredited CETA training provider, giving young people the opportunity not just to make an income, but who knows, one day they will become entrepreneurs just like he is.
Soon, Cisco became a light of hope to many, and as the entrepreneur that he is, he channeled that to his love of sharing knowledge.
And a lot of people started coming up to me asking, how do you do it? You know, and I realized that people could really, people would love to be advised. People need a right-hand person. People need people to talk to. People need advice. People need to learn. People need to see an example before they do things. So my love for training came from that point of view where I was like, okay, I'm going to start a training company. I'm going to start training people. And I then obviously learned more about the CETAs in terms of how you can get schools accredited. And I was like, oh, I could actually operate an entire school. That would be nice. We did our application with my mom. We got approved, we got the accreditation, then we started training. We started with an in-house course that I developed. So the course really teaches you the admin side of things and how to start that business. And then we move on to 3 days of just pure baking and perfecting your craft. So it's a 4-day course now. And this course has been dedicated to the youth, underprivileged communities, learners who really wanted to go to culinary school but cannot afford it. But how nice is it to have a structure of, in 4 days, you can literally manage the business. I teach you how to market it, how to get clients, how to retain those clients, and then I also teach you how to bake so that you literally can just leave with your certificate and start the business. And from there, you will grow.
Welcome to the Cisco Solutions Training Plus Business Course. Our comprehensive program is crafted to empower you with the essential skills to kickstart your business baking journey.
There's so many underprivileged people who are sitting at home because the courses that they want to do, either they cannot afford it, they have no access to going into those kind of spaces. So the training companies like mine, small training development companies, we have the capacity to do the full qualification with you, and it covers even credits that varsity covers, but these are things that people do not really know. People are not really aware that training companies actually carries qualifications with them.
Cisco has not forgotten where all his love for business started.
My teachers love me till this day. We communicate all the time. They see the growth. So it's really nice to be going back to school and just share that spirit with them and for them to see how far I've come.
We witnessed the love his former teachers have for him, and the deputy principal had this to say about him.
I was really not surprised because Cisco did consumer studies. I was not surprised with him going that route. I was surprised though that it happened so quick and then he moved so quickly. And because I know the teacher who taught them consumers and who is still teaching consumers. So I was really not surprised because the dishes they make, the cakes they baked, we had opportunity to taste their cakes and to taste their dishes. So it wasn't that much of a surprise for me that he could then go into that direction and really then apply that which he was taught, maybe even after school. So for me, it wasn't that much of a surprise.
Cisco believes in inspiring those who come after him, and his main reason for visiting his alma mater was to motivate the students.
In matric, Mrs. Estrus was helping us apply for varsity, and I was just too forward. I was like, I want to go to culinary school. I'm not gonna go to varsity. I don't want to suffer with NSFAS or anything like that. And after matric, all my friends went to varsity. I was sitting at home. Couldn't go because I didn't apply, number one, and I was confident that I could go to culinary school, but also I could not afford culinary school at all. It's very expensive, if you know. And I spent 2020 baking. This was COVID. I was baking from home.
I am actually exhilarated, and I just hope that our learners can just take just a leaf out of his book and follow suit. Because as you said, that you find that people want, learners want, or people want, young people want quick wins, you know. They want to make it quickly, but they don't want to put in the work. So I trust that he will inspire them to understand that it is important to put in the work in order to reap rewards from the work done.
Cisco's story made us ask one question. Is our education system equipping our learners for unconventional career choices after school?
I do think that our education system has come a long way, and learners are prepared in terms of the systems that we use, in terms of the way learners are now being questioned in question papers, skills development, as you would see with Cisco, that I do believe that our education has made, you know, great strides. But I also believe there are some gaps in the education that needs to be addressed. Yo, I'm just so proud. I always look forward to seeing your posts on Facebook. They are so encouraging, invigorating. They encourage us as educators that we have not toiled in vain. You know, I always say we don't get much, but the products that go out there, they really encourage us to get up the next day and to move and to make a difference in someone's life. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the show. This is the last segment of Stories Untold. Now, there are many ingredients when it comes to the secret to success, and that varies from one person to another. Now, in Cisco's case, it's about just doing whatever it takes to get to where one needs to be. Now, we hear from the people that he has trained if they have been able to pick up an ingredient or two for the recipe of their own success.
Young as he is, this entrepreneur takes his business very serious, and he has used this to give people job opportunities, including his mom, who had been unemployed for a long time.
Good morning. How are you? Good. I'm happy that caramel cupcake.
He's very strict. Whatever we do, it's mom and son, like he said, afterward. But when he comes in the doors, it's like, Cisco, this is our meeting today. We're having this meeting, and tomorrow we're having 3 meetings. Will you be able to cope? Which one can I help you with? So business is business, just with Cisco. He's always strict when it comes to business. He wants perfection in the business. He wants you also to grow as a business, because he now told me that there's some courses that I would like you to do that will also enable you to better yourself as the manager of the business now. So with me being open-minded to everything, I just apply for it.
Cisco prides himself for the positive change he has brought into the lives of those who have been part of his training.
I would definitely like to talk about Daisy, who also works now with us. She started the training the second month of our training, I think it was October, and she really signed up for the course. And you know, when she got there, she was such a serious person. She really wanted to work. She was asking the right questions at the right time, always pushing me, even as the boss of the company, to say that how can we do this, how can we improve this or that. So with that, after she finished the course, of course, she then had to start her own business. She did. She's been running her business really well from home as well, but then I added her as well because I felt like if I'm going to add people to my team, it has to be at least learners. So because she was a learner in a class, so then she became my assistant, basically assisting me with classes, cleaning, looking after the learners, evaluations, and then now she's newly going to be a full-time facilitator. She's going to now facilitate these courses for us. So after 4 months of her really going in and training and understanding how we work, so that's good for her. I am so happy that she is a part of the team now and that she also gets to run her business.
So when I saw his posters on TikTok and Facebook, I thought, let me just apply and see what happens, because I'm already a baker myself. So I was just trying to upgrade my skill and see what Cisco can teach me. So that is how I met Cisco.
What started as a training session has now developed to a business relationship.
I did get my upgrade, and I think I even got even better because I got a job in the process. So what happened was that when we went through the classes, I'm not a person that does scones and cupcakes or cakes much. I do more delicate specialties. I specialize in other like pastries and stuff like that. So when I went to the classes, I was very excited. I was waiting to ask a lot of questions because I wanted to know how to do this and how to do that. So what happened is when I went to class, we did some scones, we did the cupcakes, and then we did sponge, and we did also the decoration. And then I graduated. So what I loved about the theory part of the business, of the classes basically, was because it was teaching us how to do it theoretically, but not like a practical. Because normally you just bake and you sell. So the theory part, like the admin and stuff like that, that is what I enjoyed also, because that's not something that I was clued up on. So that's why I loved that part. And then I got a job out of those situations. So I didn't expect that. It just happened that I asked and said, if you ever get tired, you know, I'm here, you can just call me, I'll assist. And that's what happened.
Those who have witnessed Cisco's rise to success are proud of his strides.
Lomtana kushukuthi is going to be something out of nothing.
Ngitangichaze ngayo njengoba ngokutshela. Ineva ukuthi I give up asitshela ukuthi mina abama bazala bakhona. Abanye abantwana they bavela ba give up ngoba ama-dreams bablame abazali kodwa umfana uyamchaza lapha 100% uyayilwela improve wrong ngayo yonke into mama. I'm proud ukuthi umfana wami hayi 100%. I'm so happy.
You reap what you sow. And with Cisco, I just saw on Facebook the other day that someone has come down to come and get some training from him. And the person has gone back home and the person has now started, selling some goodies to survive. So I believe that if he continues to sow back into the community, God must meet him somewhere. I believe that that can only, work for him to his benefit in doing that. Also doing his hustle and also just, giving back to the young people. I think that's a great encouragement. I'm encouraged by him.
But you are doing so well, and we are so happy to have you.
Thank you so much. We are really proud of you.
While filming this episode, Cisco asked our team to share some of the special things about our show, and we told him that this year, Stories Untold celebrates 10 years.
Thank you. Now, don't you just love it when every single thing comes together? Now, inspiration, delicious meals, incredible people, that's what Stories Untold is all about. Until next week, I will be going home to enjoy this delicious cupcake. I hope that we leave you with nothing short of inspiration today. Until then, goodbye.